Hey everyone, it's time for this week's educational video, and I'm going to cover a question, or rather a concern, that a seller posed. They would like for me to consider home touring etiquette. Have you ever heard of that before? I think it's a good subject to cover, and over the 15 years that I've been doing real estate, I've come across these concerns, so I think it's a good topic to cover. So I'm going to just go through them real quick. The first thing I want you to consider is that it is still a seller's home. You don't need to go through their sock drawers. You don't need to open the refrigerator to see what they have in there to eat or drink. Focus on the house. The second thing is think about what your mother used to tell you. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it at all. This is important when you're touring homes because now we have nanny cams and home security and audio. You really don't want to get caught being overly critical about the home. It's one thing to discuss the pros and cons with your agent, totally different to be critical. If you're going to be critical, I suggest you take it outside and discuss it. Another thing to think about is timing when you want to go see these homes. The general rule of seeing homes is between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. You might be a night owl, or you have a hectic, crazy schedule, and you want to go in and see homes at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I can pretty much assure you sellers aren't going to agree to that. So try to arrange your schedule to fit in between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. Drive-bys. I want to encourage you as a buyer. I do it with my clients. Drive by the home, the property. Look at the neighbors, look at the community, anything else that's in the general area. Take a look at it. Totally different for you to get out of your car and start walking around the property, go in the backyard, looking in windows. You might not think that the seller is home, but if they're home and they see you, that's kind of creepy. And they might even call the police saying you're a peeping Tom. Another concern is don't contact the sellers directly. We're here to help you as a buyer. We're the buyer's agent, and so we should be the one to talk to the seller, the seller's agent. If you go directly to the seller, this is what's going to happen. You're going to show your zeal and your enthusiasm, your excitement about the house. You love it. And now it's time to write an offer, and we're going to try and negotiate price or other terms for you, and it's not going to happen. The seller's going to be firm because he's now seen your excitement and enthusiasm for the property. So please do not contact the seller directly. Another thing that is important is to talk about your children. You want the children with you. They should see the home. It's going to be their new home, possibly. But you don't want the children thinking that they're visiting a jungle gym. You don't want them jumping on the furniture or on the bed. You don't want them playing with the toys that may be there. They're not their toys. You don't want them eating and drinking as they're going through the home. Accidents happen, and we don't want that to happen to the seller's home. So if you're going to give them anything to eat or drink, please do it in the car, not in the home. And another thing to talk about is nature. Nature calls. The thing I am concerned about, though, is if you go see vacant homes, generally the water is off. So check. If you have to use the facilities, check to see if the water is on first. And if you're touring homes that's occupied, leave the seat whichever way you had found it, and please flush. Don't leave any surprises for the seller. So that's it. That's home touring etiquette at a glance. Lisa Longest, Realty Navigator. I'm here to help you with all your real estate needs. Make it a great weekend.